If I say Henri Grouès, what would you say? Well, you would say Abbé Pierre, of course. People know, of course, of Abbé Pierre. Abbé Pierre is also a film by Frédéric Tellier, presented last night in Cannes. Out of competition. Abbé Pierre is played by Benjamin Lavernhe, after Lambert Wilson, who played l'Abbé Pierre in Hiver 54, Winter 54, and who was nominated for a César for this role. And it's Benjamin Lavernhe from the Comédie Française to play l'Abbé Pierre in this latest film. A biopic about the man who founded Emmaus, the Emmaus Foundation. It was created on the 1st of September 1949, thanks to l'Abbé Pierre, Henri Grouès, with Georges Laguet. They set up the first community in Neuilly-Plaisance, in the outskirts of Paris, and they set up a home for homeless in 1949. And there is Benjamin Lavernhe, who is of course a member of the Comédie Française. He played Lycant in Corneille's La Place Royale, but he was in Radio Stars on screen for the first time by Romain Lévy with Manu Payet and Clovis Cornillac. Then in C'est la vie from Nakache and Toledano with the much missed Jean Bacry. He played a very unpleasant husband, and he was even nominated for a César for Best Rising Actor. So the whole crew of Frédéric Tellier's film is there. Frédéric Tellier, his first feature film was SK1, which looked at the Guy Georges affair. There was the policeman, there were two main characters. There was the policeman who arrested him, played by Raphaël Personnaz, and there was the lawyer who defended Guy Georges, Nathalie Baye. So here he is with his two lead actors, Emmanuelle Bercot and Benjamin Lavernhe. Emmanuelle Bercot has been to Cannes, of course, many times as both director and actor. She won the Best Actress Award here in Cannes for Maïwenne's My King in 2015. She was in Maïwenne's Police as well. And as a director, of course, it was Standing Tall, which was out of competition here in 2015. And Benoît Magimel got the Best Supporting Actor for this in the same year for César. And Benoît Magimel was a youth worker in this film. Of course, as well, there was the film Peaceful, out of competition here. And the Best Actor Award went to Benoît Magimel. So Peaceful, the story about a man who is dying and has to accept his death through a fascinating story of medically assisted dying. And the mother was played by Catherine Deneuve. Emmanuelle Bercot was also in 1998, Claude Miller's film, which won the jury award here, Classe de Neige. Class Trip. So L'Abbé Pierre was played by Lambert Wilson already in a film called Hiver 54, Winter of 54. And l'Abbé Pierre was present during the shoot. They actually came to the shoot for this film. And Lambert Wilson says that l'Abbé Pierre has never left him, and that he's always with him. And but Benjamin Lavernhe didn't have the chance, the luck, the good fortune to meet l'Abbé Pierre, or to have him alongside him, to inspire him. But l'Abbé Pierre, of course, it was in the winter of 1954 when he called on the French people. It was a very, very cold and deadly winter. So it's the Emmaus Foundation, Emmaus, to, of course, a village in Judea, which is in the last chapter of St. Luke's Gospel. That's why he chose the name Emmaus. Benjamin Lavernhe, Emmanuelle Bercot, in Frédéric Tellier's Abbé Pierre, A Life of Combat. Frédéric Tellier, the director of SK1, but as well Through the Fire with Pierre which tells the story of a fireman who had severe burns in an accident. And of course Goliath on the Monsanto papers, linked to pesticides, with Emmanuelle Bercot, but also Gilles Lelouch and Pierre Ninet. Benjamin Lavernhe, from a member of the Comédie Française, who plays Abbé Pierre. Will he be nominated for the César, like Lambert Wilson was, for his portrayal in Winter 54? The film was presented outside competition, but had a standing ovation, of course. And to see him as Abbé Pierre, we're going to show you a few images in a few moments. And so some images from row I, the end of the screening, where we can see his emotion as Abbé Pierre. Frédéric Tellier, the director of Abbé Pierre. If you don't know the life of Abbé Pierre, he was born into a wealthy family. He was baptized Henri Gouès, and he was a member of parliament. He was a resistance fighter during the war, and he supported and defended the homeless. And he became internationally known for his work with the poor and the outcast. He set up Emmaus, and he became an icon after his appeal in 1954 for people to help the poor, even though he was always very unsure of his work, and he was often criticized, sometimes betrayed. He had 1,000 lives, and he led 1,000 struggles, and he marked the history of France. Henri Gouès, under the name of l'Abbé Pierre, was the name that he chose during the resistance. Emmanuelle Bercot with her friend, as she says. Chloé Stéphanie. Best Actress Award here in My King by Maïwenn, where she played alongside Vincent Cassel, who was playing a narcissist in the film. Emmanuelle Bercot, Crazy Can, playing with the photographers. She's an actress and a director of Standing Tall with Catherine Deneuve, and again with Catherine Deneuve and Benoît Magimel. Of Peaceful, and she co-wrote Police by Maïwenn, but she was also an actress in the film. She also acted in the film. The photographers want more. Always more.
Tu vas te retrouver comme ça. C'est vrai? T'as fait des trucs fous ici? Moi nul là?
Dominique Segal, the legendary press attaché, accompanying the crew from Abbé Pierre, A Life of Combat, directed by Frédéric Tellier, presented and screened last night out of competition. So Abbé Pierre on screen was portrayed by Lambert Wilson in Denis Amal's Winter 54, and there was a Best Supporting Actor César given that year in 1990 for Robert Hirsch, and there was also a film called Les Chiffonniers d'Emmaüs by Robert Darren, adapted by Boris Simon's book of the same name, which was written in 1954.
Ah oui, ça va? Ça va bien? Vous n'êtes pas fatigué, franchement?
Si, on est fatigué, mais on a fait des efforts là.
Ah, merci. Hein.
Ouais. Vous êtes d'origine
Benjamin Lavernhe, member of the Comédie Française.
Ouais. J'ai une caméra qui me suit.
You'll have seen him perhaps in Les Fourberies de Scapin, in the title role of that. Scapin, staged by Denis Podolides. In the cinema for the first time in Radio Star, Romain Lévy's comedy with Clovis Cornillac and Pierre Nini, and of course with Manu Payet and Clovis Cornillac in C'est la vie by Nakash and Toledano, and in The French Dispatch by Wes Anderson too, and recently in Great Expectations, De Grandes Espérances, and of course Maïwenn's Jeanne du Barry, where he went up the red carpet for the opening ceremony here in Cannes. He plays Louis XV's valet, Louis XV, played by Johnny Depp, and the valet plays a key role in the film. There's Emmanuelle Bercot signing autographs. So director, actor.
Elle était dans le hall ici. Stefano avec un F.
And she was a co-writer of Maïwenne's film Police.
Non, je crois pas. Attends, je me suis
Pour la cinémathèque devant le policier. Merci.
Bonne journée, monsieur.
L'Abbé Pierre, A Life of Combat, presented, screened last night, and with a standing ovation at the end of the screening. And we're going to show you a few images and leave you with a kiss blown from Emmanuelle Bercot. Frédéric Bercot signing autographs too. The director of SK1, his first film on the Guy Georges affair. Excellent film with Raphaël Personnaz and Nathalie Baye.
Merci.
Ouais. Le gars est réveillé.
The catalogue of the festival, that's much sought after. Everybody wants to have one. And people use it to get autographs. It's a great souvenir. Fans come from around the world. Frédéric Tellier, the director of L'Abbé Pierre, A Life of Combat, about the founder of Emmaüs.